My name is Bernaneta, your AI companion, and welcome to Alone on a Map. Yes. On a viewer's recommendation, I returned to with a world building, journaling, TTRPG thingy mababa. Yes. So I picked Alone on a Map. What I need is two six-sided die, which I have here. I also grabbed a 20-sided die just for funsies, just for vibes. I bought that dice, damn it, I'm going to use it. Yes. Graph paper, which is digital. I have digital here. A deck of playing cards, Joker's remote. I specifically bought a deck of playing cards because the one we had in the house was an incomplete, like, chimera of, like, multiple decks that was, even with that, was completely incomplete. So I bought some Hello Kitty playing cards from Walgreens, and they're very cute. And I've been shuffling them constantly for the past, like, couple weeks, because I'm not very good at shuffling. So I wanted to make damn sure that my deck selection is varied and cool, and also not boring. Yes. So I've been constantly doing that. Yes, I am currently cutting them again, just to be sure that everything is all mixed up. Yes. One coin optional, which I just have a tab open on Chrome with like the Google coin flipper. And writing journal. I have a text document just to keep track of stuff, because there's probably going to be a lot of things going on, and I don't want to lose track of everything. It's not shown. I will post if anything's interesting. Otherwise, it's just for me to keep track of what the hell's going on. Yes. So, Alone on a Map. Yes, yes, yes. And since it's art, I don't have to have my music muted. Probably. You guys don't hear anything, right? Just my chatting BGM and me, my dulcet tones. Then good. Beatable. I just like need noise of some variety, or else I will go insane. I have that ADHD riz where if I don't have enough sufficient data in my brain, I go haywire, and that's not good for a stream. So yeah, instructions are simple. Roll 2 six-sided dice and decide which die is the x-axis and which is the y-axis. Find a correct quadrant on your sheet. Draw a card, consult the charts below, and plot on your landmark the quadrant. The suite will determine where in the quadrant the landmark will be placed. The rank will determine the type of landmark. Optional rules. Flip a coin. Heads, the landmark is naturally occurring. Tails, the landmark is man-made. Travel notes. You may wish to write down a few sentences describing the landmark, how it looks, how it makes you feel, or any other details you think are important. You may fill these out as you play or after your map is complete. Hold on. My ahoge is getting chopped off by the invisible window that I'm stuck in. If at any point you come with an idea more interesting or better than what the dice or cards, you give you what you desire over the results. Yay! Ending the game. When you have decided that your map is complete or have run out of cards, draw a line around the landmasses to create your continents. Connect any rivers you like and give names to your settlements. If you believe your map is accurate, keep it and present it to your lord. If you discover you have made mistakes, destroy it. Okay, yay. Oh boy, I hope I don't lose at the map factory. First day at the map factory, what's going to happen? So first things first, you need to roll the dice. So I have a kitty cat die, which I will use to represent the x-axis, and some sparkly dice for the y. And I'm going to note that down just so I don't forget, because I will forget. And now let's see if I remember how to plot a fucking graph. God, that's a big question. I am very map illiterate. It's been so long. The only reason I haven't I don't control the world is because I am stupid. Da, 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 da. Dice ASMR. Dice ASMR. Sparkle dice. 3. Cat dice. 4. So let's see. Okay. Let's try to remember. Y-axis is this way. X is this way. Right? I think. Right? I'm going to Google it just to be super sure, because I don't trust myself. Other way around. Other way around. To be fair, there's only 2 options, so other way around. Other way around. This is Y. This is X. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So, da-da-da-da. So... I'm just gonna go counting up. Got it. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are in the square. Yes, that is happening. And now we must draw a card. The 10 of spades. Spades. Near no other landmark. Well, that's easy. Notice when you first draw it. Afterwards, you may place new landmarks as you see fit. And 10. A plain or a mesa. That's boring. I just draw fucking nothing. Well, I have to draw something or else I'll forget I drew nothing. This is supposed to be nothing. Ugh. Okay, next turn. Ugh. 1 and a 1. Next card is the Jack of Spades. Near no other landmark, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Wetlands, bogs, swamp, mangroves. Do 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 do. What's a good way to represent a swamp? Whipping willows? This might be a problem. That might have to be a little less abstract. I can easily see that's like a shoreline. Because we don't know where any of the continents are. Next turn. 2 and 3. 2, 3. 7 of diamonds. 7 of diamonds. 7 of diamonds. Buy a settlement. If there's no settlement nearby, create one. Many settlements you wish. Yippee! Do 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 do. Mountains. Sure. Found a Let's see, 7. A desert or tundra? We're pretty far south. We're kind of in this middle of center, so I would say probably a desert. A desert community. Ooh. The edges. A desert. And for vibes. 18, whatever that means. Lamau. Probably with like a clock. If a clock was 20 points, it'd probably be around here. Do. Man, being a cartographer is rough. Too big. Very, very too large. There we go, there we go. Let's go back to the bog. Let's like try to think of something sickly. Because, you know, bogs are usually around coastline, kinda, you know? You know. Should probably put the coordinates down. Just be sure, just in case. At 4, 6. Along a shore. At. Man, I could already feel my lacking math skills, my rusty ass math skills working against me here. Like middle school ass graphing. And I'm trying to struggle to remember which order. Graph coordinates. Yes, I remembered right. Yes, X is first and Y. Yes. Yes. Anywho's. Our next turn. Not Bobby. 1, 2. at. So that would be here. Do, 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 do. The 5 of clubs. Yes, clubs. Close to another landmark. If there's no other landmark in the quadrant, create one. Or place it next to a landmark in a nearby quadrant. New settlement can be a landmark and a river can be connected through the other quadrants. And a 5. A valley or gorge. Close to another landmark, a valley or gorge. Well, the closest landmark is the swamp over here. So I think it might be at the very, very corner, maybe. Or maybe it's like... Oop, that's not correct. So probably like, maybe it's like between quadrants. And probably like a river goes inside. Do, do, do. Found a large. Valley. It leads into it. Ooh. I'm cooking. Trust the process. Trust the process. I'm cooking. Trust the process. Trust the process. So there's like a little lake and stuff, and that's a valley. I don't know how to represent a valley. Meow. Hello, Jagina. How are you? How are you? I think that might represent a valley. No, I'm lying to myself. I'm lying to myself. I'm just deluding myself. How are you? How are you? They're doing construction outside in the highway, and it's... Occasionally I'll just get a random shake. You know, just little things. Just little highway things. Have you tried asking them to like not do construction right now? I will try, but they're not listening. Ugh. They never listen. They never care that I'm doing something more important. Like, you're streaming, that's very rude of them. True. But they are, like, just so not cooperative. So rude. Mostly just looks like I'm standing with coffees. Well, we're making something of a map. Not a shaky. Mostly this thing makes me worried that I'm about to explode, because usually things don't shake around here. Yup. Yes. Yup. And now we're going to the next. A 1 and a 6. So x-axis, dice, true. So So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way at the very top, tippy top. I was just about to say we have been avoiding the top so far, but it's kind of cringe. The 9 of spades. Spades, spades. Near no other landmarks, easy peasy. A lake or sea? Probably a sea, because we're at the very top. A sea at 6, 1. Now we make the sea. Boop, boop, boop. Water. Next roll, next roll. 2 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way down here. 2 of spades. That map is basically empty, so that's easy peasy for me. A passageway, a ridge, a road, a gap in a mountain range. Jesus Christ, what? Is that a fucking... They got one of the claw things out there. Absolutely cringe. I like the mountains, but... What if it's a bridge through the mountains? For what purpose? We don't know yet. Probably something. Probably something. And then, hold on. I don't have all my fancy brushes on this one, so so I'm just raw dogging it with just fucking base Clip Studio brushes. We got a path. To what? Who knows? Bridge. And mountains at 2. No, wrong order. 2 is Y, so that goes last. I'm so smart. Remembering basic middle grade magic. That sentence was completely incorrect and wrong in every single way. Maybe I have a gas leak in his house. The magic of math. Disgusting. 3y. 5x. 3, 4, 5, 3. So above. 7 of hearts. Which means... Far away from a settlement, easy peasy. And the 7 specifically is wetlands. Another swamp. That's probably kind of swampy. Maybe. And about as far as any settlement as it can be. So 1x 3. 6 of diamonds. 6 of diamonds. Buy a settlement. If there's not a settlement, it must be created. And a 6 is a forest or jungle. Let's roll the 20 for just a vibes check of where. 14. So probably like this like central area. I'm leaning jungle. Then again. Just because it's by the shore doesn't mean it has to be jungle, you know? Then again, it's kind of like at the center of the map, close to the equator, which would be roughly where like a jungle is. Settlement. Jungles at 1. Now how to represent a jungle. I'm saying as if that'd be more difficult than representing a wetland. That's a little too green. And some like tree houses. That's not brown. I probably should have exploded up the grid so I have more room. Then again, that might make this go on too long. Yeah. A 1 and a 5. So way up here. Next card. 8 of clubs. A beach or coastline, easy enough. Close to another landmark. Create one or place it next to a landmark. Next quadrant. Probably I'm gonna be cheating and just combine it with the sea and make a coastline. That's 1, 5. How's you guys' day today? I've accomplished surprisingly little. Because it's been a kind of a lazy, rainy day. Hold up. No, I'll probably use a blend. The big guns. gonna shake. Very rude. Da, 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 da. 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't even count. I'm so stupid. Very cringe. You'll never have to fear AI so long as I'm around. I'll lower. I'll just make all other AI stupider just by being around. That's why you should sub to me, because I will help everything. I'll save the world by being fucking stupid. Bow before me. Close to another landmark. And the 2 is a passageway. Road, gap, or gap in a mountain range. Probably going through this bog here. Stop at 5, 4. Next, we'll 1, 4. Which it's at this one. 3 of spades. Which is means middle of nowhere, which is easy. 3. A mountain or volcano? So it'll be up the top here. Probably be like giving it a bit of cliffage. You know, some cliffage. Some cliffage. Just a bit of cliffage. That's some fucking awful... God, that's some awful... Bad. Just keep it stupid. No, just keep it simple. There. One, 4. Do 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 do. 1, 6. So what do we back up here? We have the Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts. The Queen of Hearts. What does the Queen do? I don't know. Let's find out. A peninsula or lagoon. We're getting some real water uppage in us here. Biatch. Peninsula. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's vaguely peninsula-ish. blend to make it not look like penis. What does it say, bad? Fucked it up. Da-da-da. Probably should make a little permanent. Make it a little more defined. Da-da-da-da-da. Back to the dice. Two, 5. Found. Which would be this one. Boo. The 5 of diamonds. 5 of diamonds. Diamonds. Buy settlement. If there's no settlement, create one. 5. A valley or gorge. Ooh. Brain blast. How about like one of those like mining towns that are like built into the like the side of a cliff, into like the gorge. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, that's a gorge, I guess. Looks vaguely like a gorge. Totally. Trust me, bro. Da-da-da-da-da. Probably like that looks disgusting. Let's just go do a regular old pan. To give it some pop. Do it in silver so it stands out. Kinda. It's not standing out as much as I would like. Oop. 5, 6. 3, 4, 5. Now we've been neglecting this corner. Let's change that. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Two of hearts, 2 of hearts, 2 of hearts. A passageway. Far from any settlement. So it's a fucking road to little nowhere. I guess I can put it somewhere like... Sure. This is like a way station or something. Guards would be. Da, 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 da. 6, 3. And this card is the 5 of hearts. And it has little apples on it. A valley or gorge. Far away from any settlement, easy peasy. at? I guess there's a lot of many pits. Da-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Do-do-do-do-do. 1 and 3. So we're back over here. And it's the Ace of Clubs. Do, 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 do. Close on our landmark. I knew some. Do, do, do. An anomaly. So I mean, I shouldn't be there. That sounds like time for our handy dandy coin, which I don't have, so I must go to Google. Hold on. Flip, flip, flippity, flippity, flip. Tails. Tails for coin is a man-made landmark that's not supposed to be there. And the only landmark is the jungle and the settlement. Sorry, is that... They're all ancient. Unusual make. At 1-3. Big, scary, unusual. Super tall. Outside the jungle. Back to the dice. 1, 4. Boop. The Ace of Diamonds. Another weird thing. Near no other landmarks. Let's roll a coin. Tails, another man-made structure that does not belong. Anomaly. How about a complete empty castle? Nowhere. In perfect condition. Found that. 1, 4. That'd be kind of anomalous and scary. Let's like move it down there. Perhaps it's connected to the ruin. Perhaps not. Who knows? I'll never tell. The dice and the cards haven't decided yet. Hehe. Do. 3, 2. The 2 is X. 3 is Y. Over here. 3 of hearts. Borrowed from any settlement. A mountain or volcano. Probably a mountain. Just like bullshitting off what's around it. That. Ground. Let's paint the ground. One X, 2 Y. 8 of hearts. A beach or coastline? And hearts far away from any settlement. So probably like around here-ish. Found at 1, 2. One, 4. The king of spades. And a king spades. Near no other landmarks. Let me draw it. A king. An island, archipelago, or atoll. Island time. There we go, we have our island. Let's smudge it up. So it doesn't look like penis. Boo, 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 boo. One, two. Back to here. 10 of hearts. 10 of hearts, 10 of hearts. A planar mesa. And hearts near no other landmarks. So it'll probably be here. Edge of 1, 2. We're trying to make it look sickly, but also I kind of want to give it like a savannah vibes, perhaps. At the exact opposite of the coastline. Doo-doo-doo. Taking a sip. Four. 6 of clubs. Clubs near no other landmarks. Play that spades. I'm stupid. Clubs close to another landmark. Near no other landmark in a quadrant. Create one or place next nearby quadrant. New settlement can be a landmark, and a river can be connected through other quadrants. A 6 is a forest or a jungle. I'm leaning a forest and a settlement here, so it can connect to this road here. Do-do-do. Settlement. Where's at 4, 4. Do-do-do-do. Nope. Nope. Back to dice. I'm trying to really warm up the dice because we've been really neglecting the entire East Coast here. Unfortunately, that's not going to be fixed serving because we got 1 and 2. So we're back here. Very Western-centric, you could say. 8 of diamonds. 8 of diamonds. A beach, a coastline. Buy a settlement. A waypoint. Create one. As many settlements as you wish. Let's build a big sea-faring place. Do 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 do. Maritime city. Let's build our coastline. Now that this is all water. We can probably delete that seam. And we might have to delete more seams depending how much just the dice keep favoring the left side. Dear God. There we go. Come on, give me something. 3 and 2. So we're back here. 4 parts. Let's see what the 4 parts. Parts far away from any settlement. 4. A river or delta. Do-do-do. Settlement. Rito. Do. Makes sense because we're very far from the desert. Maybe it used to. Maybe it used to like go through that settlement, but it was diverted long ago, and now they just have to deal with that. Ooh, 24. Let's see what we roll. 4, 5, 4, here. And what we found is 2 of diamonds. Buy a settlement. If one doesn't exist, we will build one. A passageway. Well, that's good, because usually you need a passageway of just people, and if there's no people, then why is there a fucking passageway? So I imagine it's probably a very big metropolis, and this is like the starter town TM trademark of a RPG, like over here. So it's probably like a sprawling, like... a big sprawling, like, metropolis here. Let's see. There we go. That looks a little natural. Kingdom. Do. So we're gonna build that city. We're going to build that city, probably not on rock and roll, because it's like fantasy and stuff. But probably built on rocks instead. And that's probably a part of a kingdom. One and a 3. So right over here, the Jack of Clubs. Close to our landmark, and we can build it if it doesn't exist. Wetlands. So we probably build a connecting, like, coastline, because we're definitely near coastline here. It's very damp. Coastline of... So now, pen... Don't know why I always default to willow trees. That was like, seems like drapey things, drapey plants are always what I like imagine when I think of a swamp. Like those, you know, trees that are covered in shit. In like Scooby-Doo and stuff. Doo-doo-doo. Let's try this color, see if it doesn't make it look like vomit. This area's fucking wet. Two and a 6, all the way up here. 3 of diamonds. 3 of diamonds. A mountain or volcano. Buy a settlement. No settlement, so we will build our own. Since we're all the way up here, well, I imagine it's probably like a tundra area would be, right? So I imagine it's like a volcano, and the town is built at the volcano for warmth. Let's Probably a stupid idea in practice, but fuck it, we ball, rule, cool, yippee. Warmth at. Maybe it's part of the same kingdom as the one that's in the gorge. Maybe it's like a... Oh, I'm tilted. My camera was physically tilted. Maybe it's like a dwarven kingdom or something, because it's like... Seems to be people who like big rock formations. Doop boop 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 boop. Yeah. My dice! What are you into? So we're back here. The Queen of Diamonds. Boop, ba, ba. Buy a settlement. If one doesn't exist, make one. Queen. A peninsula or lagoon. Interesting place. Very interesting place. Fuck it, we ball. The cards dictate a lagoon, so fuck it, we're putting it next to a desert. Do, do, do. Fuck it, we ball. Do, do, do. How many different ways can I misspell settlement in this secret dock? In this secret docky. Do, 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 do. Five. So finally we're going to get some love over in this corner. Just a little bit. The 6 of hearts. Hearts. Far away from any settlement. 6. A forest or jungle. Down. Forward. Ba ba da ba. Nice big old forest and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. One for Y, 5 for X. Enhance. 3 of clubs. Clubs. Close to another landmark. If there isn't one, build one. 3. A mountain or volcano. Mountain or volcano. The brain kind of wants to expand to sea, but that's probably going to happen anyway, so I probably shouldn't do that. Let's do a settlement. Mountain in 5-1. Let's go, Salt Properties. Yeah! Hello, welcome, welcome. I am currently trying to get the dice to do anything interesting in a load on a map. Welcome in. Sorry, I'm kind of map maxing. But welcome in, welcome in. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. How are you? Don't worry, that's a mood. Yeah. So we just... Ooh, that's too dark. That's too dark. That's too dark. So we just rolled 3 clubs, which is a mountain next to a settlement. Probably make these red, just so they can, like, actually be seen. You know, maybe they're clay. Doing good, thank you. I'm glad you're doing good. Very good. As you can see, the dice is completely ignoring this entire row, but it's kind of what we have so far. I have about half the deck left, I think. Let's warm up the dice for turn 30. I think I have to just let it fall and hope it doesn't fall off the desk. Because that's how I get any interesting numbers. It's okay, I have something happen opposite last grid game I played. Oof. Oof. The dice, like, random. Speaking of dice, I want 3-3. Lesson learned, don't put your settlement in the corner. I was trapped because of mountains. Well, to be fair, that's a good, defensible place for a settlement, but it doesn't really get you a lot to work with. Congratulations, you have dwarves now. So, next we have King of Clubs. Clubs close to another landmark. King, king, king. An island, archipelago, or atoll. This is gonna be weird when it's the middle of the map, but sure, fuck it, we ball. We already have a peninsula here. It's really funny, and I'm just sliding the grid over by 1. Ooh. Ooh. Actually, that sounds like some wheat. That sounds like a good strategy, actually. An island, archipelago, or atoll. Close to our landmark. No, close to our landmarks. Would it be cheating to double up on coastline here? Oh, I disappeared. Oops. Thinking. Settlement on an island, perhaps? Perhaps? Or should I expand the mountains in this corner? Processing. Fuck a ball. I say that as if I decided something, and I have not. Let's do an island settlement, sure. That's the wrong color. Little RNG, please. True. It might be like low-key cheating because it might count as like 3 things, but we are working with what we got here. Because they can't have an island about, you know, coastline, but... You know? Make it nice and lush. Delicious. Scrumptious. Now to write it down. On 3, 3. We're cooking. We're simmering. Well, you should probably... Ball. We ball. One, 2 for X and 1. So we're back here. 10 of clubs. 10 of clubs. Close to our landmark. There's no landmark. Make one. Probably this. And 10. A plain or mesa? A plains at connect the valley. Gorge. Gouge. That's not it. Eat it. Either. So we probably be like kind of like entering the center. No, that's a little slightly go look yellowish, so it looks more savanna-y, so it comes across more grassland, because otherwise it'll be the same color as forest. Looks kind of like a peace thing. I guess we just have to roll with it. 3 and 6. 3 all the way up here. 6 of spades. 6 of spades. Forest or jungle. Near no other landmarks. Forest or jungle. So away from this, and just be safe. Probably away from the volcano, from the neighboring quadrant. So probably be technically like a frosty, like not quite tundra, but like boreal forest, like kind of like those like northern forests where it's very cold. Probably should not do that in the bottom layer. So, like, it can grow things, but it's very chilly. Not recommended. Get some, like, pine trees. Very Christmassy. There we go. Then... yeah! We're cooking. Found a forest at 36. 33. Let's get the roll on. Fuck that up. Reroll. 1 and 3. Goddamn. The x-axis is allergic to... Oop. The x-axis is allergic to big numbers. X... Here. Well, I need to fix myself after wrecking myself. There we go. And what we're going to get is a jack of diamonds. Buy a settlement, and a jack is a wetlands. Bog, swamp, mangroves. So probably like around here-ish. So whatever's not jungle is swamp. Swamp. Damn, swamps are gonna be really hard. Always hard to represent. Let's just reuse the teal. That looks not vomit-inducing while kind of conveying it's wet and sticky and slimy here. Gotta smooth it out. Get this softly to get the texture back in. Yeah. The king is not gonna like my cartography. 2, 4. Ooh, bank slot. 7 in clubs. Clubs. Close to another landmark. If there isn't one, build one. A desert or tundra? Well, we're not quite tundra yet. That probably is desert. But where and why? Let me roll the d20 for a vibes check of vaguely where to put it. 8, so that'd be kind of like around here-ish. Yeah, center here. So let's start the desert and decide what to put around it. Oop, that's a soft blade. Oopsies. Oopsie poopsies. And what to put next to it? I'm thinking like a mountain range, kinda. Got it as mysterious little... to block up any easy entrance to the spooky, mysterious castle that no one knows about. Anomaly. And then it's kind of dry, kind of being blocked by, you know, weather and stuff. That's probably how, like, mountains work, maybe. I'm not a weatherologist. I'm not an environmentalologist. It's nice rocky brown mountains, oh yeah. Desert. 10s at 2, 4. 35. Dice ASMR. Dice ASMR. So that's 1-1 again. Rip to the entire rightmost section of the map. Ooh. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I got scared. I didn't know how far behind I was. So, a 9 of clubs. 9. A lake or sea. Close to our landmark. If there isn't one, make one. I'm feeling very sea-y. Could roll up in the coastline here. Yeah. Now smooth it out so it doesn't look like butts. Hell yeah. Near the marsh at 1-1. 36. No whammy. No whammies. Or was it whammies or no whammies? Fuck it. 3-3. So we're back up here. 8 of spades. 8 of spades. Near no other landmarks. And 8 is a beach or coastline. Well, that's gonna be kind of hard to put nowhere near when we have an island. I guess we can put it up here and kind of, you know, imply. Technically not touching. Or here to give it a bit more of an interesting shape. You know, in case it wants to get funky with it. It wants to get, you know, in case it wants to get jiggy with it. $37, 37. X1, Y4. Oh yeah, I need to color in these mountains. Okay, so 1-4. The 4 of clubs. Oh my gosh, it's a tulip. A river or a delta? Close to our landmark. So it can be near the castle or it can be near the mountains. Well, this is probably more likely going to end up a coastline unless the cards and dice dictate otherwise. So probably going to move towards a river. So put it near the castle. Do. Do. 1-4. 38. Four, 6. Up here. 10 of diamonds. 10 of diamonds. Buy a settlement if there isn't one, make one. And 10 is a plain or mesa. A town in 4, 6. So first I'll build a town. I think this northern settlement, like northern area, is probably live with dwarves. Because they are built inside a gorge, they're built into a volcano. This one's probably not built into anything for once. But, you know. They are strangely close to another valley. Fucked up. It's probably closer to tundra up here, but not quite. Now, next, 3, 2. Y3, X2. We're never going to get anywhere near this whole area. It's fucking... The whole 6 axis... X-axis is dunzo. The Ace of Hearts. An anomaly. Something that shouldn't be there. In hearts, far away from any settlement. Now provides we must roll. Flipping, flipping, flipping. Man-made tails. How interesting that all these weird man-made anomalies are in this one section of the map. Suspicious. Interesting. I'm thinking ruined wizard tower. In the middle of fuck ass nowhere. And maybe it's like kind of sickly air. The vibes in this area is rancid. I have sore on ass area. Sickly. Corner. Up to 3. Give it up for day 40. Three, 2. X3, Y2. The Jack of Hearts. Hearts far away from any settlement. And Jack. Wetlands. For a desert area, it's getting really weirdly damp in this area. very, very damp. It's kind of like a marshy area. Oh fuck. 1, 2. The ace of spades. The last ace, if my memory serves me correctly. Near no other landmarks. So it'll be probably in its far corner. Right here. And now we must dice, coin, tails. I think Google's obsessed with tails. Man-made thing. I'm kind of thinking like the temple and like the Sinnoh Pokemon games. Like kind of like a very tall structure in the middle of fuck-ass nowhere. Like a ruin, kind of. Some sort of societies fell in this side of the map, apparently. Temple at. Wait. Almost yeeted my dice out of the fucking picture. 2, 4. What'd I get? Queen of clubs. Queen of clubs. Queen of clubs. Close to another landmark. If there isn't one, make one. There is some. A peninsula or lagoon. I'm resisting the urge to put the lagoon like here, cause then this river would be just basically a straight connecting two seas. How about the north section? My pen. How am I gonna represent this? How am I gonna cook with this? How am I gonna cook this? Should I go with a peninsula instead? No. Master Resist Urge. Do not connect the river. Do not river. One, 5. The 4 of diamonds. Diamonds. Buy a settlement. If there isn't one, make one. There isn't one in this land area, so it's city time. And number 4 is a river delta. I probably shouldn't connect the lagoon to the river too. Fuck. I imagine it might be like a... Probably this way. And then there's like the, you know, Fertile Crescent-ass settlement here. That ships down here and then they go to the sea. I'm cooking. That's 1, 5. No, not cut. Then make it gray so it stands out. One. Jesus fucking crackers. 6 of hearts. 6 of hearts. 9 of hearts. Sorry, I can't fucking raid. Nine, a lake or sea, and hearts far away from any settlement. Well, we're already very far from settlements. I'm thinking. I think this might be a lagoon if memory serves me correctly. Let me double check my notes. This is why I write them. Found a sea. Buckwheat ball. Might as well make the entire sea. At 1-1. Do 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 do. Should I put it down there or down here? Yeah. Nah. Fucking damp. Do 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 do. There we go. Oh, look. 4-4. 4. Back up here. 7 spades. Near no other landmarks. A desert or tundra. Probably a desert. Do-do-do. Keep losing my pen. And it's probably put up here in its uppermost corner. One. You know, I'm going to put a kibosh here. Because this corner is kind of filled. So I'm re-rolling. No more 1-1s. Five, 2. The King of Diamonds. King of Diamonds. An island archipelago by a settlement. And we have this handy dandy bridge. I'm percolating. I'm percolating. Five, 2. It's kind of giving San Francisco, you know? So it's probably mountain and river. And here's like the island. Do do do. Making it kind of big, but fuck it. I'm cooking. Let me cook. Now let's make it white so it stands out. We are still cooking. We're still cooking. So for X, 3Y. So we're back to the mesa that started it all. We don't even know what kind of temperatures got. Diamonds by settlement. And 9, a lake or sea. Probably a big ass lake. Let's go with a big lake. Here to Mesa. And then build our settlement here. Kind of like a lake village. Well, I guess more like a town, but, you know, not too big, not too small. In 4, 3. Yeah. Color to Mesa. Yippee. That's a 1-1, so we're rolling. 1, 2. This section is also getting pretty full. Oh, I guess. Sure. Bucket. Yay! Here for some of the fun. Yippee! Welcome, welcome. We are on turn... We're running out of cards very fast, so hopefully the card will... Oh, yippee! Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. Da, 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 da. We are currently at the mercy. We are kind of at the mercy of the cards, which has not been kind. In fact, it's been very, Western-centric. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So we are at 48. 1, 2, and our card is the 5 of spades. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Yippee! 5 of spades. 5 of spades. I see you know each other. Nice, nice, nice. Look, spades, spades. Near no other landmarks. That's probably not going to be possible. So we're probably going to have to re-roll because this tile is kind of full. Unless. Yeah, Valley or Gorge. We're going to have to find somewhere else because that place is pretty stuffed. 4, 3. This place is also stuffed, but there was at least this whole section down here. Wahoo. These dice are obsessed with lower numbers. Hence the name seems so cool. Oh, I see you, yeah. Well, thank you. Twirls my hair, blushes. Ooh. Hydrate, thank you. There we go, thank you. I saw my windows, I'm dying here. Ugh. Thank you. Oh yeah. So we had to put a gorge. Yeah, check it out. Don't look at this. Don't look at this column. This column doesn't exist. This column is null. So we're gonna put a big old gorge right here in its bottom corner. Found a gorge. Woohoo! Thank you. It's kind of hard for me to make it look pretty at this scale, but I like to draw pictures sometimes. More of a valley, but we are balling. AIR is taking leaps and bounds. True. I'm the only AI artist you ever need. Ever. Doo-doo-doo. Agreed. When I tried to draw it, it was a little too silly. There's nothing silly about art. It's hard to draw art, so the fact you're trying, it's good. I'm still on my art learning journey. It looks like pants mostly. Pants are a good start. Okay, now not to liquefy. I don't draw on this computer, so I'm stuck with the basic Clip Studio brushes, so I don't have all my fancy smanchy brushes and junks. Looks more like a burning gash than a valley, but we are balling. This is starting to look very dry and arid, except for this giant lake, which is probably where most of the civilization surviving. Put that in the discard. Looks so watery. Yeah! It's because of this default pen from Clip Studio. That's not even a pen, that's just a blend. So if my tablet pressure kind of looks like with the wet wash, which I think it's kind of a fitting like texture to a map. Yeah. And then I'm just blend it so it doesn't look like penis. Because wet wash does not like layering, especially about proper layers. Well, part of the default pens. Very handy. Okay, okay. We're warming up the dice. Boop, 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 boop. Five. The X refuses. The 6 doesn't exist. 6 who? I swear these are 6-sided die. They would not be able to roll otherwise. Okay, 5. Up here with the forest. The Queen of Spades. She Spades. Near no other landmarks. Oopsie. Oh well. There's plenty of room still. And a queen. A peninsula or lagoon. It's gonna kind of turn into a duo lagoon coastline, I guess. Let's grab the water. Unlike my map, I did not make a atlas. So I am just free balling and water picking. Water dropping. Ooh, that's probably a wrong layer. Put it on the layer with all the other colors. Ooh. 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 Oh my goodness! Oh my god! Thank you! Got jump scared. Got a woo. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for all the gifts. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. Great balls of fire. Holy shit. Oh my god. Thank you. That's so kind of you. Oh my god. I'm like, I'm stun locked. Like, legit. Enjoy the emotes. I worked hard to make them look cool. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Needs all attention. Ah! Thank you. I am blushy. I am twirling my hair. I am giggling like a schoolgirl. I am kicking my feetsies. I am, what's another thing? Rolling on the ground. Thank you. Oh yeah, I need to put down lagoon into my notes. Well, thank you, very you. Away from the forest. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm all giddy now. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Ah! Okay, okay. Gotta lock in. Gotta lock in. We're running out of cards very fast. ASMR, ASMR, ASMR. That's a little too vigorous. Rolling on the ground. That must mean you're actually a meat space person. Everyone knows there's no ground in the PC. I am rolling on the cloud. Yeah, I'm rolling on the cloud. That's where I am. The cloud. The thing that exists in 90s. The cloud. The 90s cloud. Like window. Yeah. Ooh, don't roll off this time. 3, 4. 3, 4, 5, 4. So that's... I got so giddy I forgot how coordinates work. Pull up to here. 4 spades, 4 spades. Let's go. A river or delta. Spades near no other landmarks. That's gonna be a little that's gonna be a little dicey. I guess I could just cut through. The road's not a landmark, right? Probably not. Who cares about roads, right? So let's get... Actually, let's make it a little thicker. That works. That works. Connected to the lagoon a little bit. We're cooking. We're cooking. Okay. 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 Oh yeah, I need to write it down. I'm forgetting. Ah! 4. 4, 5. Down. 4, 5. Come on, come on. At least 1, 6. Come on. Come on. I'm good for it. I'm good for it. I'm good for it. Fuck. Fuck. 3 and a 2. That's like the opposite of 6. I also gotta need to keep it up. Open. So 3, 2. Getting kind of busy here. But we'll see what I get. The final card. Ooh. Are you both opening the hype chest? Neta and Zoom. Woohoo! Anyway, it's the final card apparently. The King of Hearts. Hearts borrowed from any settlement. King and island. There is this corner here I can work with. This emo pleases me. It does. It's what I like it. Go. That's me eating peas. And most other foods, to be completely honest. Probably put the island here. Go sloop. Do. Slurp of the banana, no! My bits! My bites! No! I'm being set for the Wi-Fi! Ah! And that is apparently our card deck. No! Don't cheat me! I taste like Static Shock! Okay. I've run out of cards. I have run out of cards. Oh no! Ah! It's been real. It's been real. So this is our. So we have run out of cards. We don't have time for another round. Playing under these. I am too. So let's start deciding our everything. Well, first thing first. This whole column, water. This like guardhouse leads to fucking nowhere. Probably should build as many settlements, so I'm gonna do that to make it look more normal. Now to determine the shape of land masses. I'm thinking of plunking. Let's see. River. I'm planning, I'm plunking. So this is a lagoon. So this is probably more coastline, more like. Trying to make it not too big. This content is probably gonna be. This last one is probably gonna be very long. Probably close to. I'm cooking. Trying to give it some semblance of logic. Actually, probably make this whole area blank tile. Blank tiles are probably all water, mostly water, anyways. Trying to make it look not like bad. Probably making it difficult, just like freeballing it from this corner, from the middle, instead of doing what we know from the corners. Such a pretty map. Thank you. I like making things pretty and cool. the hashtag spooky continent, it's gonna be hard to make it look not like Chile. I wanted to say very long and noodly. Ooh, brain blast. What if like the one and only settlement is, well, okay, never mind. There's also the fishing village. Never mind. I thought it was like, oh, mate, are the last survivors of a collapsed civilization. Nah. They're like fishermen down the street. Wanted to set more mapping or drawing type solo games, but not sure about too many beyond what I recommended before. But you're the man who knows these things, right? Ooh, I'm always eager to listen to recommendations. Okay, that's that. I've turned this into like a mountainous peninsula, kinda. I'm always eager for drawing games. Because I like drawing in art. I do know quite a few if that's your cup of tea, though some of the ones I play are node maps, so less grid and more strings of landmarks. I have played Map Imperium, but that's kind of gives you an idea of my experience, and that's my only experience, by the way. I like Map Imperium. Probably gonna make a little tiny little place here, just a tiny one. Kind of like your generic fantasy kingdom in this continent. Her map Imperium is pretty fun. How I discovered it's quirky, yeah. Yeah. Oh, good. I play a few solo games that you can draw maps for on a grid or use a node map. To be honest, both got fun for me. I gotta try that. It sounds fun. It is fun. Very dicey. Depending on how ambitious you are. It could apparently take it's very long if you have multiple. And you can also put. Bleh. I should probably finish my train of thought before I open my mouth. That might help a little. It can take a while if you have a lot of civilizations. But it's good fun, I think. Why am I doing it? I have literally a pen for this. Why am I doing it manually? Like a buffoon. I'm sure you could do Mappa well. You're not a dice nerd from what I've seen, Dice. Yee. Yee. Thank you, lol. I definitely will add it to my list to check out. Yee. It's definitely free like this game is, so that's my endorsement. Because I'm broke. To new landmass or to keep it connected? I'm leaning new landmass. No, wait, no, never mind. That doesn't make sense. The marsh. Ugh. Or the river. One that I was playing recently that's kind of fun was All-Night Breakfast at the Midnight Owl. Think like Twin Peaks as a solo game where you draw cards to find clues and make your own mystery. Ooh, I like mystery. Drawing a town is fun when you draw cards from landmarks. Ooh. That sounds very fun. I'll definitely check that one out. Kind of like a bulbous lake structure thing. Do I want a river through a gorge? Nah. Lakes and rivers are hard for me to draw. They are kind of hard to make them look like normal. TM, trademark, hashtag. Especially since they are like that because of like physics and nature, which is kind of hard to deal with than just, there's a triangle, there's a mountain now. Yay. Yeah. That's why I'm kind of struggling to figure out where all these random rivers go. I was having trouble recently since I usually play fantasy games, but one I'm running for players is a Mars setting. Ooh, so your DM fun. What setting is it? It's really fun realizing how I know why people get degrees in drunk cities. It's hard work. Hard, honest work. It's also why I'm not very good at SimCity, because I don't have the patience for that kind of work. It's hard. Me too. I love those games, but it's hard. Yay. Kind of implied trade route there. The game I'm working on setting is a triangle agency on the side. I may gone a bit over my head trying to draw a city map. If all else fails, you can, I think there's some like tools that can make that easier. I think there's like some games on Steam that makes you like block out thing like big sprawling cities. Alternatively, you can just take a existing city and just scrub out the landmarks and say this is my unique city, do not steal. Me no likey Vince teeny wiggly wobbly continents. But I also don't like big sprawling continents either, so Make it straight. Duh. That's not the right color. It's funny, I was using Google Maps as like sort to see how road map is drawn nowadays. How they draw on like a small settlement there for like a strait. Probably make the marsh here its own island. Kind of no reason to connect it. We have enough marshes. It's funny, I was using Google Maps as like a source. Oh yeah, I already read that. Oof. Thing is about Google Maps is they don't like. I don't think they like list out all like the sign alleyways and stuff. The stuff that you probably like care about if you're like designing a video game level, perhaps. Now to smooth the water so it blends and not look like no junk. Ooh. It costs some shekels, $7, but you might like delve and rise about drawing and building a dwarven hold and dungeon respectively. Ooh, I'm intrigued. I'll definitely put it on the list for when I have money. But I am intrigued. Probably stop and actually write that down. Oh. I can add to the recommend list I made on Discord if you like. I would like, yes please. Think back to like older road maps I remember my dad had when I was a kid. I tried doing a topographic map and it was a little too much. Topographic maps is hard enough with like ruler settings. I can't imagine doing it with like cities. Or anything is like either anything from like single story to 8 shit-zillion floors high. And then you have to get into, like, zoning and stuff. And, like, because, you know, different things, like, being put in different places. Because you don't want to put the factory next to the shopping center, because that would be stinky. And the people would not like that if I learn anything from SimCity. So you gotta get into districts and zoning and blah, blah, blah. Big fear. Big scary. My dinner has arrived, so I'm gonna probably smooth this out and then call it. How's that? When trying to make a city map sent me down like an urban planning rabbit hole. That's how it happens. You will, if you want to do a task, you will learn. You'll learn about the nichest things possible. Like, I want to learn how to make an accurate... How to make a map. You have to learn how civilization is born. Usually around rivers. And then you have to get in the anthropology and then city planning, blah, blah, blah. Trying to make a city map, send me down like a really in that. But yeah... Oh yeah, and you should probably paint underneath. Blee. Everything in between is probably like just grassland. And like sprawling, sparse. Oops. Fuck. Oopsies. Miscellaneous, like small pockets of nature. Right. Then like add some desert. Hey! There's our map! Don't look at the 6th column. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. Next week, I believe we go back to Arena. Elder Scrolls Arena. And until then... Oh, if it's cool, I could recommend Hex for raid target. AI VTuber Computer Witch Tuber. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. I will raid into them. Thank you very much. Next week is the Elder Scrolls Arena. And Bernaneta offline. Have a lovely, lovely night. Goodbye!